At the height of the Cold War, the Soviet Union scored a major victory when, on October 4, 1957, they launched the first artificial satellite. This satellite, named Sputnik, or Fellow Traveler of Earth in Russian, was a small metal sphere that broadcast a steady signal of beeps as it orbited the Earth at approximately 18,000 miles per hour for 22 days. The launch sent panic through the United States, with people fearing that the Soviets had developed the technology to launch an attack from space. The Soviets, for their part, claimed that the satellite's sole purpose was the gathering of scientific data. U.S. politicians, however, feared that the Soviets were becoming an even bigger threat through their technological advances and fast-tracked America's space exploration program that culminated in the moon landing of 1969. But Sputnik was much more than a device for gathering scientific data. It was in fact a mind control device sent aloft to broadcast a specially designed signal that turned certain people into puppets of communism. Children were most vulnerable to the insidious signal, and the beeping that was broadcast from the satellite at 2 different radio frequencies placed them in a trance-like state that caused erratic body movements and susceptibility to post-hypnotic suggestion. All over the United States, children began to behave erratically and rebel against their parents' conservative ideals, including a 6-year-old Rush Limbaugh. His brain compromised by the Soviet mind control signal, Limbaugh rebelled against his parents, dropped out of school, and by 1966 had joined a hippie commune. In 1969, Limbaugh met actress and radical Jane Fonda. Although she was several years older than Limbaugh and married at the time, the two became inseparable. Fonda even brought Limbaugh along on her controversial trip to Hanoi, North Vietnam, in July of 1972. The two met with North Korean officials, toured military installations, and spoke out against the U.S. military's involvement in the war. In 1973, Fonda broke things off with Limbaugh and married left-wing activist Tom Hayden. Limbaugh's devastation over the loss of Fonda reversed the effects of the Sputnik beam. Now freed from the influence of communist mind control and bitter over the end of his relationship with Fonda, Limbaugh vowed to become a right-wing ideologue and build a massive conservative media empire, a goal he achieved by the early 1990s.